Welcome back, everyone. I am season 7, Captain Foley.
That's good. Well, since you promoted me like 3 times for one episode, does that reset me each time? My season 2.5 Commander Cockings after the third reboot?
We're not sure how that works. We haven't figured that out yet.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's Commander Coggins. We're
Yes.
Trekyards. We're back to talk about some Discovery today. More particularly, a certain character named Michael Burnham.
Yeah, we're at a natural midpoint, and they might get season 5, they might not. But this is the first season Michael's actually been a captain in rank rather than just in mentality. And we've given praise throughout the 7, but I want to sort of go back and talk to you then about, does Michael Burnham work now? How much better? And just the vibe that the character, after 4 years, have they finally found the secret sauce that they missed entirely for the first 2 years at least, if not 3?
Well, if you're asking me, I would say yes. Now that she's a captain, this season in particular, she's very, very Starfleety. Like, she's doing things that most would do. Most Starfleet captains would do. She's not. Now she has the ability and the power to kind of go off the rails and on her own. She's not. she's doing the correct command thing. I mean, there was once where she defied President Rillick and left the ship to get in a work bee. Not really defying her. But
well, yeah, in fairness, it was a, do you really want to do that, Captain? Yes, I do.
But I mean, other than that, I have no real complaints this season as far as her character and her character's growth. And definitely as a Starfleet captain, I think they are writing her a lot better now. And it definitely does come through. So,
and Michael Burnham as a character is certainly one of the least strong elements of the previous, or at least first 2 seasons. Having a character that you want an ensemble cast, and then you throw one character in every single situation, give or take, and with every set of skills known to man, and every an odd fullness of the repertoire can never go wrong. And yes, you have characters like Data; they're also super strong, but they fit into a very specific category. And then you use Worf for tactical. You don't use Data again for tactical. You don't use Data then for engineering. You use Geordie for engineering. But Michael Burnham would do a lot of the things individually. And yeah, it's really strange to see her be in the captain's chair and actively not do the things that she would always do. Imagine the months. I mean, I'm sure she probably went to like actual command. Like, I'm sure when she got into the future, she was asked to go politely to go to a captain's training weekend. Because there are new ways, there are new procedures for 30 seconds. You can't. She was never a captain, let alone a captain in the present. So obviously, she would need to be re-educated with modern techniques, modern tricks, modern procedures. She was never trained with that stuff. So obviously that, and I'm sure that happened. I'm sure that has helped kind of solidify her vibe. But it even had other characters, book especially, say, the old you would have done what I'm trying to do. And we as the audience thinking, yes, season 1, 2, and half 3 would. They go against the story, go against the rationale. And here Michael Burnham is doing the absolute... And he's still acknowledging it, not saying, oh, that was the old me. He's saying, oh, yes, but now I'm a captain. Amazing sort of 180 of vibe. And not the centre of most scenes. It's amazing.
yeah, it totally changed the dynamic of
Totally.
the show.
Yep.
Because the show was originally billed as, oh, this isn't going to be about the command crew. It's going to be about, people in the lower decks.
Well, one person on a secondary deck, because they're still second in command, and chief science officer. It's not exactly lower decks, really, is it?
As long as this keeps going, I think Discovery is at least coming into its stride now. Season 4. I mean, season 3 was a lot better, we thought, as well. So it is getting there. It's kind of following that trope of, well, most Star Trek shows take a little while to find their footing. This one had a lot of little growing pains, though, unfortunately, in season 1 and 2. Give them credit that they made it this far, considering all the problems they had, honestly.
Yeah, but it shouldn't take, $200 million of money to get to a good season of TV. That's
I know.
But that's the thing, though. You've got to celebrate Michelle Paradise for coming in at the end of season 2. Okay, it wasn't a really good end of season 2, but obviously it was their idea to go into the future. And suddenly season 3, all written, direct, show run by her. Season 4 had a plan. Feels like the Manny Koto of Discovery. Person came in, did a really good job, took a show in a proper direction, understood a lot more of the vibes. It can often just be one person that comes in and rights a ship. Brian Fuller left sinking, or he was thrown off, so to say, sinking massively. It can just be one person. But that's the thing, though. It's like with DS9 a little bit. It only kicked off at a certain point when the original concept wasn't really working. It was kind of working, but not really working. And then you add this bigger political tensions and the Defiant, which gives them scope for travel, and then a galactic war, which is totally against the scale of we're a small little trading outpost. Those things are needed. So when Discovery jumps into the future, takes away all this darkness of angst, of lens flare, of all that stuff, and just have a ensemble crew doing their good jobs, unified with Starfleet on a co whatever function. It's important,
Yeah, well, I think the funny thing with Michael Burnham in particular is they've actually made her relatable in this season, like with the things she has to deal with. Before it was like she was the hothead. She was going off half-cocked all the time, disobeying orders, making people look bad, insulting people in front of them. There's a lot going on with her, which nobody could relate to, because she was a human who was, raised on Vulcan, and so she was fighting with the logical and emotional. And if you listen to a lot of her dialogue in season 1 and 2, it's like you're still super, super emotional. Now that you're off Vulcan, you're really showing it.
Well, she was a contradictory character. Both had all of the emotions and all the non-emotions, and both played to their weaknesses.
Now it seems like it's balanced out, and she does feel like a captain. She feels like somebody that could actually fill that role. So that's good. I mean, that she's definitely come a long way, and I'm looking forward to seeing where it goes. But yeah, it's just night and day when you compare it to season 1 and 2.
Now, do you think, though, that Book might have something to do with that? Because season 1 was Burnham. I mean, we know that she fought with Saru, looked up to the captain, was aiming for the captain's chair in some way, and so that's kind of very like going forward, and wants to beat other people to be the best. That was always her vibe, even in the books, very, very much. I'm going to get over you to get this position. Then Giorgio dies, resets a bit, has to deal with everything, has to be broken down. Season 2 then, it's about the brother, which obviously is not friends with the family anymore, except Sarek and still a little bit rocky, but then goes full force on, well, I need to be there to protect Spock. So that's family related, but it's kind of I'm better than you and Spock because I'm a higher end officer, and that's kind of how, I'm there to protect you who's gone a bit crazy, so the overbearingness. Season 3, a lost puppy, finds Book bounces her out because can give, equal support, and yet let her do more science than he can, etc., and gives her a stone to step on of herself, a center in this chaotic vortex of her life. This guy is super nice. I can be different with him. I don't have to try and beat him. I don't have to try and compete. I don't have to try and protect him. I can just be me with him and make myself new. And then that changed her. Season 3, totally different vibe. And now season 4, they don't even go on about the relationship drama because there isn't really any until the cliffhanger. Like, they're just a strong couple. That's good. They work. They're just in love and they work. And then so he has to be a captain on top of that. Now she has a stability. Finding someone core to your life can be very stabilizing and wonderful. I mean, that seems to be a slight trajectory of what do you think?
It makes sense. Like, he's like the foundation that she's built his captaincy on, kind of thing. It's going to be interesting to see now that he's...
Exactly, yep.
Because what's going to happen to her characters are going to kind of regress a little bit. Is she going to kind of go a little bit off the rails and disobey Starfleet to take care of Book? I don't know, but it could definitely be Booker's influence. I could see that, I guess.
It does feel like a direct correlation in the character getting better with him in her life, almost to the moment, give or take.
I do like that she, she picked the correct thing to do and did the Starfleet thing to do over her relationship with him, though. Like, I'm glad that was, I didn't want to see any kind of like weakness there as far as, oh, well, she almost didn't say anything on the side of making first contact there because she went against what Book had just said, and she understands his point of view. She cares about that for Quajon, but she's still very much held her own and basically went head to head with him. And he even said, these kind of things have consequences, meaning I'm breaking up with you, essentially.
Well, that's Burnham's choice after that moment. It's kind of like, I'm doing my thing, you can choose what happens after my choice. No, exactly. She chooses the democratic, save the galaxy approach rather than the impassioned, personal loss, reactionary approach. Both are understandable, but one has billions of repercussions, one has let's cross our fingers and hope nothing bad happens, which is not what's going to happen. And I can definitely see, like you say, that what book's left, just the pain of that by itself is going to hurt and cause a wedge. But then also, well, how far do I go to stop? Because then him being her responsibility as well, somewhat. She supported him. She got him on the ship. She got him dilithium. She supported him in his spore driviness. I mean, he couldn't use it without them knowing together. So also, in a very small way, her responsibility, just like her actions, his responsibility somewhat as being a couple. So then will she make really, like you say, progress back a bit and see decisions that are more emotionful, which she hasn't really kept to, more just based on, I don't care what stuff he says, I got to go after him, kind of, almost like Khan in a sense in Star Trek 2, like I'm just going to go, put, passion over common sense. It could be interesting though still. It's not to say that's a bad thing. We've built such a stability, so now to rock the boat makes sense. Or will it double down and kind of be a Janeway, and it's like really like core down to, no, this is about my crew, about the Federation. I'll try and protect, but I gotta be everything rides on this. I'll be a captain first and foremost. What's the thing is it's Burnham or Captain Burnham. That's the choice in season 4, part 2.
Well, it's gonna be Captain Burnham. Like, she does care about her crew.
Gotta hope.
I think Zora being this evolving, life form, I think that's very similar to the Janeway and 709 dynamic on Voyager. That could be interesting. Yeah. And I think she's going to, take care of Zora in that way. So I think, yeah, despite her personal feelings, she's going to do the captain thing, which is what, was foreshadowed with Book's dad, saying that she will choose Starfleet over you and Quajon every time.
We just hope not the next episode.
Surprise!
We said it last week, remember? Yes, we remember. Okay, great.
But yeah, I mean, her character's come a long way. It's been a long road getting from there to here. And, so it's good to see. And finally, she's likable enough and relatable enough and captain-y enough that she feels like Star Trek. And that's exactly what we wanted. So. And
it's been just so remarkable to see all the pitfalls that are obvious Michael Burnham traps just walk straight over. It's like, you did the right thing. Shit, wow. No, seriously, well done, because, a lot of the scenes are really, really good, and Michael Burnham being less of the direct focus has let other characters have actual screen time. Like Culber, like Book, like Stamets, like President. Like, they actually are you can tell it's more an ensemble cast because they aren't giving Michael Burnham every storyline. Because that's the thing, if and people did complain at some point, it became Janeway, EMH, and Seven stories, because they're the most interesting characters. But they kind of earned that over years and dozens of hours of interesting scenes, But yeah, well done overall. Season 4.5 coming soon. Looking forward to it.
That's right. So let us know in the comment section what you think of Michael Burnham's character growth. Do you remember her from season 1? I suggest going back and rewatching, if you dare. And let us know in the comment section what you think about the character now as captain. We'd love to hear your thoughts. As always, if you want to join us for a live discussion on things like this, by all means do so. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit that like button. Join us on all our social medias as well, Facebook, Twitter, all that. We have all those as well, and we keep you posted on there when we're going live. But, clicking the notification bell icon also does that. So,
and if you want to support us directly, there's a few great ways. You can do it on PayPal, Patreon, joining the YouTube channel, which we love, or super chatting during those lives, because we love that direct communication. And on topics like this, you can say one, as in you, the audience, say one great thing that just spark a 10-minute conversation, and we love those things. We absolutely do love them. So if you can, please do support. If you can't, just keep watching and say hi in the free comments. Just put a comment. Let us know.
That's right. So until next time, I'm still season 7, Captain Foley. Much better than season 1. Go back and watch.
Yes. And we'll work at what I am after the show gets cancelled, and we can go back and do a rewatch of Trekyards, and we'll see. Am I season 8?
We'll have a timeline of your rank.
Yeah, Captain, Ensign, Captain, yeah.
Admiral,
what? Bye, guys.
Bye.